We have Manoj with us today. Welcome. You've recently been named the Rising Leader of the Year 2025. You're a strategic business analyst, change catalyst, and transition coach. So first of all, congratulations on the award. Well deserved. Can you tell us a little bit about the award and what it represents?
Oh, why not? Good evening, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Manoj, and I'm honored to actually receive this award for this year as the Rising Leader of the Year 2025. And the drive was mainly looking at ethical innovation, bringing in people along with sustainable growth. So, like, how do we actually do things within your environment, influence people within your circle of influence, as well as be part of multiple communities to actually support growth in people and also look at improving the societal planet to what we can contribute. And the award was mainly my initiative was more to actually align technology with ethical innovation and how do we help and support people to grow within wherever we are. And you don't need to need a title to actually influence people to grow within the environment. So that was my pitch, and I was happy to be elected in that election. I was against another 32 competent people, and it was something which like definitely gives you that environment and ecosystem where you can actually influence more people.
Well, I love the pitch, I gotta say.
Thank you.
So, what do you think? I mean, set you apart among all these nominees?
It's more of being authentic and also building your own personal brand as to what you stand for.
Mhm.
And it's showing empathy and kindness within what you do, share knowledge, and openly engage in multiple communities where you could share your knowledge and learn from others as well. So, my involvement was more about embracing an ecosystem where people thrive and people learn. So, and throughout my career as well, I believe the more you give, you build trust and get people to be part of your journey as well. So, and through my work environment and my experience through various geographical, I've originally come from India and I've been in the UK for over 20 years now. So transitioning with culture, being more emotionally aware, how you engage with people, how do you motivate people, how do you drive a purpose, and how do you make impact happen. But collectively with the people, you take things forward and transform as well.
Well, I love it. Do you think? I mean, because you've worked as a business analyst for years, do you think that that affected your worldview? You know, the things you worked on, people you collaborated with. Do you think that that had an effect on where you are now in career and in life?
Yeah, no, that definitely. My work life has transitioned. I've been involved in various domain knowledge. I worked different industries, and for the last 10 plus years, I've been in the business analysis role. And it's mainly the role is actually helped me to be part of deep listening, and to not jump into trying to solve a problem, but trying to understand what it is actually needing to be addressed and engaging with various stakeholders to actually make data driven decisions, which you can actually bring people into the equation. So any change or initiative which I get involved, like actually bring people early into the engagement, make it more transparent. So you engage with various stakeholders and actually bring the relevant people into the uh, equation so that you are not left anyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped me. And it's that collective engagement, being transparent and concurrently doing stage by stage rather than jumping straight into the outcome. Work your way through, plan, prioritize, and deliver.
Yeah, that really makes sense. Manoj, you talk about helping people and prioritization and the fact that it's a gradual, transition. But there are, I'm sure, lots of challenges in between. So could you tell us a bit more about that and what you faced in your career trying to lead people? Do you face any resistance or, I don't know, some challenges in between?
Again, change resonates differently to different people depending upon their experience, their beliefs, their values, and their attitude and the experience they had throughout their career as well, whether it's personal or work related. So always there'll be a connection where people, when you say change, like it depends on like, is it gonna change the working pattern or is it gonna change the personal life? And it's again now trying to understand both sides of the equation, even in the workplace or outside. Now, like how is that gonna affect them going forward, and how do you need to make it more open to a extent where communication is very important, and also you understand the reasons behind the resistance as well. So like early engagement and also like the impact which is happening in that environment helps you a lot in actually deciding how you plan your change initiatives, and it's more about getting to know your people. So I do spend quite a lot of my time to actually get to know people within the work environment or within the communities which I engage, and it's through common purpose I get connected. And the challenges which I actually take through is through systemic approach and look at what can you do within the environment now and what needs to be looked in for the future, and actually have that connections made with unknown dots around, so that bring
Yeah.
the right people actually to be engaged in that journey, and shift stage and adapt and learn from the experience and learn from the challenge, and what worked, what didn't work, reflect on it, and keep moving forward. So
Yeah.
I try to build a flow where resistance are taken as an opportunity to make something better.
Well, I love it. Yeah. I know, and I know that how involved you are in different communities. So that makes a lot of sense. But you mentioned purpose, and I'm sure that lots of people think about becoming leaders in future. You mentioned purpose, and I want to ask, how do people can find their purpose, their career maybe, and maybe make future career choices based on that? I know that it's
Yes,
not a straightforward answer to this, but I would love to know about your experience, how
it,
you
it-
found your purpose.
yeah. So it's again comes to the core of your beliefs, your values, and your attitude to yourself.
Mhm.
And if you can define what's your life purpose, then you can connect that into your work environment or your personal life. What values do you stand for? So for me, my purpose in life is to help and support people to grow and make the planet a better place than what it is now. So, and whatever I give, I don't, I give more than what I take. And I believe in karma, which is like you do good, good comes back to you in different forms.
Mhm.
And it's things like that. Now, the purpose for me is sustainability, people, and planet. So, whatever I connect my initiatives is actually connected to these two entities, and look at initiatives which I'm involved. How is it going to affect the people and the planet, and how we can sustainably grow in a continuous journey, so that you are not fixing things for a short term, but you're actually looking for long term sustainability within the initiatives which you get involved, and also build that ecosystem where people thrive, and you build that community into a global scale.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I, I can't claim that I know the ultimate purpose that I have in life, but it took me a while to get some clues and find out for myself. So I know how difficult it must be for people who are looking for it, trying to find out what drives them, what are those values. Um, can I ask what sparked yours? I mean, you
So,
talk about sustainability. I know how much you care about the environment because I've seen your involvement in different communities and different initiatives. So that's something that you care about, the planet, the future, and also helping people to grow up. But what has sparked that? What started all
Yeah,
this?
for me is not like I've gone through various journey throughout my life and transitioned into all different places where everything had to start new. So like I had my initial education in India, then worked in India for a couple of years, then moved over to UK to do my masters, totally new to me. And then I had to embrace the new culture within the UK. And also when I started working, different organizations have got different culture within themselves. So I had to adapt. And around 15 plus years, I was in private sector where the culture was more, you need to make more money. Whereas then I shifted into a non-profit organization where it was more driving the purpose and bringing people together. So I had shifted quite a lot, and everything defines on what you want to be being and doing. So it's again, you're trying to connect your heart and your mind. So think analytically with your mind, but emotionally connect with whatever you're doing. So I've found a sweet spot, which I believe is my purpose to serve and to be part of that wider ecosystem where you're one among many. So my initiatives are more on a like zoom in and zoom out. So my initiatives might be too big. So dream big, but then you actually do what you can within that, but reflect on whatever achievements or challenges you are facing and look at how you need to untangle those um, challenges which you face.
Yeah. Do you think trying out different things might help? I mean, for someone that has absolutely no idea what they want to do, but
So
just
basically, no,
likes
yeah,
different things.
for me, how it's worked is like first you need to be grounded. So
Mhm.
you need to look for mindfulness, meditation, and whatever is thrown at you, you need to be still strong where you stand. And it's your belief and trust which you have in yourself that even there might be complex situations where you might not have a straightforward answer, but you should be in a position to say, okay, this is what I understand. Engage with various stakeholders who are involved in that to actually reiterate your understanding and validate it and then take it forward. So rather than you taking the decision for your personal life as well as in your work environment, have trusted people around you who you can talk to and who you don't need to guard yourself, and then take that through, and through that journey, without you being knowing, you actually move forward as well.
Oh, so the power of mentorship and coaching, let's say.
Coaching and mentoring does play quite a lot of role, and I'm part of many networks within coaching and mentoring as well. Like I've sat in a lot of webinars where I've learned, I've shared quite a lot of my knowledge as well in that space. And I'm actually an UK ambassador for a global mindset community where we talk about cultural intelligence and engage with students, professors, and business people to look at various cultural biases which you have within the global space. So that gives you more yourself to be self-aware. So you can
Mhm.
sense the environment. So you can adapt your approach, and the messaging can be shifted accordingly to what needs to happen. So it's again now like you need to look from the other people's perspective before you actually take any decisions of how that's affecting the environment.
Yeah.
And that's why I bring in ethical innovation. So whatever changes and initiatives which you get involved, you need to bring the people into that equation, and then look at technology, what can be an enabler. But end of
Mhm.
the day, decision needs to be more human centric. And
Yeah.
then you need to make sure, whatever you do, you're doing something better than what you actually start. But if it doesn't work, then you need to step back and reprioritize and adapt and shift.
Well, I love it. I gotta say, it just reminded me of something that someone once told me, that receive whatever life in the world is giving you, make it better, and give it back. And maybe, yeah, that's the whole thing. Maybe that's the whole point, that, I mean, we get to experience things, and I love it. I mean, it just, I resonate personally with
And
it so much.
I've built an acronym about that as well as dart. Like you throw a dart
No?
and you got multiple circles, and the more you practice, now you become more better at getting into the bullseye. And it's basically, dream big, take
Mhm.
action, and reflect on how the course of your action in the journey is actually come up, and then trust yourself and transform.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Pleasure.
Good. Oh, you mentioned different cultures and working across different countries, and now that you are in touch with so many people from different countries, different backgrounds, so I also know that it is very important for us to be culturally aware. But how does it fit into leading people? How could we use this, as an enabler in leading
So
people?
basically, if you want to lead people, now you need to know your people. So you need to invest time, and the environment needs to be aware of bringing the diversity into the equation, and also making people feel that they belong into that. And so it's more about bringing that communication and the engagement
Mhm.
two-way rather than one way. So being a leader, and for me, that can sit in various levels in an organization. Some people have got responsibilities which they need to deliver within a time frame, and they need to lead with that strategic planning of things needs to happen. But then there are other people who are actually leaders as catalysts within the organization or outside, who actually support that initiatives. And then there are people who don't even feel that they are leaders,
Mhm.
but how do you bring them as well on to lead by themselves? So there are initiatives which, like the culture shift, is something which you need to actually empower people to actually do something outside the day-to-day norms or job spec which they are supposed to be delivering. And it's building that curiosity in people and sharing success stories and engaging in multiple comms internally and externally through social media or other places, where people need to find a sweet spot which motivates their passion
Mhm.
to be connected, and then be part of multiple communities of practice which you actually believe or want to be part of. And these are the ways you can actually influence people without you actually directing them to do things.
Mhm.
So it's again shifting to an adaptive leader, as well as situationally shift between
Mhm.
what is needed. Sometimes you need to deliver stuff, then you need to work strategically, deliver that. But then at the same time, you need to work through the environment to shift the culture through habits and day-to-day activities.
Thank you about the characteristics of the people that you may have met throughout the years, that you thought that they have potential, to become good leaders. Do you have anything on top of your head? See, there was someone with these
So,
characteristics.
so for me, it's the attitude and curiosity. So if
Mhm.
somebody is curious in knowing something new or something different, and the attitude to actually step up to it and own it, then
Mhm.
that's a spark to say that that person has got leadership quality. And every individual is got strengths within themselves, and it's like through your engagements, if you understand and support that, every individual will actually thrive with their strengths. And the weaknesses, again, you can do a SWOT analysis on individual personal beliefs. And behavior wise also, like different people get motivated in different perspectives. Some want a lot of information before they take decisions. Some will jump into decisions without even thinking. So again, Think Fast and Slow is a book which gives you the perspective of how you behave. And psychology and behavioral science does dictate quite a lot of basic ingredients of what a good leader needs to be looking at. But with the changes in technology, it's more people who are open to embrace change, for look it as an opportunity. And those are the ones, like you can actually build that agility mindset within themselves. So wherever they are positioned, they can still deliver for now and then build on what needs to happen for the future. So always, whenever you look at things now, it's more people who have an insight into looking at what future proofing you can do within your current environment. Those people are actually the leaders within themselves.
Oh, interesting. So can we kind of create a simple roadmap for it? For example, be curious in the beginning and then try to look at the future. Can you add to that? Like, get to know people that you're working with.
The connection between these two is the engagement and the collaboration. So being curious and futuristic is where you build your strategy. And when you want to take the actions for getting to where you need to be to deliver, that's where you bring in like OKRs, objectives and key results. So objectives are the bigger area of what needs to be achieved. Then you break it down into key results, where you walk through whatever time frame, like monthly, quarterly, yearly, even your personal life, and take feedback from people who you trust and in the workplace as well, and then look at what's working, what's not working. Stop, start, continue is another one. So stop what's not working, continue with what's doing good for you, and start if you need something new to be added into your equation. So again, it goes back into your skill set, mindset, and your attitude as well. Like whatever skills you have, if you want to enhance, go for that. And you always needs to have a mindset of being open and don't judge people, but look at the environment, what needs to happen, and be collective in your engagements. And everyone has got something to actually contribute.
I would hate myself if I don't ask this one as the last question. When you look back, is there anything that any practice, any principle, any experience that you think that I would have loved to have done it sooner, earlier in my career, so that I would have gotten where I am maybe faster, easier?
Yeah, no, definitely personal branding is something, if I go back, I would have done earlier, because like my journey was just, I took whatever came on my way, but nothing was planned. And those experiences has given me food for thought for going forward. But I never thought about myself as an individual. What do I need to do? So I just kept on the journey from wherever I was actually going forward. But if I look back, if I had built sort of a framework of who I need to be and build my personal brand initially, that it would have spinned myself multiple times more than what I am at the moment. One thing which I add on to that is connection and networking should be not for your personal interest. And it needs to be connected for a purpose, and the motivation and the passion which you have. And if you can connect that to your network and connections that thrive, and you being part of that network helps you to learn and adapt more for what the future is holding for.
Of course, yeah. I can really attest to that. I mean, yes, doing it for personal reasons is fine. It's no problem. Many do that. But I think the moment that we realize that we have a value and a purpose, and then it's beyond ourselves, and then because of that, it maybe kind of fuels us to reach out more, to approach people more, to be involved in many things, and then it just grows bigger and bigger. I mean, one thing maybe helps the other, or they're interconnected in some way. But yeah, definitely. I mean, when the value comes in the equation, as you mentioned it, it just works out better, I think.
And the other one is grit. Like it's again connecting your passion and being perseverance into achieving it, and be humble with what you have, and be blessed that don't compare yourself with others. Just improve yourself and whatever you want to achieve going forward in your life. And that way, you're a better person, you're more happy, you are more content, and you are more grounded. And it's that mindset shift through experience and through various lessons learned through your life. You adapt, and people who have actually gone through that experience, start learning through that experience. And some things you can't actually teach, you need to experience it. And might be getting through maturity in that, like makes you a better rounded individual. And it's again, I'm never a finished product. I always believe in lifelong learning. So every day something I'll be learning new, and that keeps me going as well.
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Thank you for having me today, and it's been a pleasure always to help and support where I can actually influence people to grow within themselves.
Love it. Thank you so much, and have a lovely rest of the day.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure is mine. Thanks a lot.